Hello everybody and welcome to today's Planning the Game. In case you don't know what this is all about, this is where I talk about my plan for the session that will kick off in about 26 minutes or so. So if you're just here for the live play with the crazy bunch of players, go grab a cup of coffee, get your snacks ready, because we're only going to start the official game in 20 odd minutes or so. For now, we're going to unpack what the plans are for today. Now, there's a lot that has been happening. I'm glad that everyone managed to catch up on episode 8 and 9. There was some confusion going on there. That was because basically I was just in a part of the world that really didn't have reliable internet, and so at least we are over that hurdle. The hurdle that we now face is that we've got 3 sessions left. That's it. And this often will happen if you are running a game with people online or around a table. Someone's moving to a different state or a different country or whatever the situation might be. You might find yourself getting to the point where it's like, okay, we've got only a few sessions left before everything comes to an end. How do we wrap them up in a meaningful and satisfactory way as well? And if you look at the journey that the characters have been on so far, it's really been about discovering Avernus, stealing that war machine, kind of learning about that, and then also learning about the dynamics between the demons and the devils here in Avernus. So how do we bring this to a conclusion? Well, the characters have already kind of started that. In episode 9, Damnifer was trying to strike a deal between 2 of the characters, May and our dear old Dragonborn, Jormund. So he was trying to strike up a deal, but he never actually finished that deal. He had to go and check first if he could actually fulfill the terms of the contract. The player characters went on ahead and started a combat with the last remaining lieutenant of the angel Zariel. Where do we go from here? Well, logic dictates that the battle with the angel is going to continue until they have either defeated the angel or have been defeated by the angel. Now, the angel is incredibly powerful. There was never any intent, really, for them to start this battle without help. So I've got to weigh up, how do we move forward? I'm going to tell you right now, and whether this is a good choice or a bad choice, I'm not going to let the angel kill them. Yes, they will fight. Yes, they will struggle. I've got a few back doors that are available to me. Ixtec has got that demonic presence which has always offered to bring her back to life should she die in exchange for pieces of her. She's already lost her intestines. What's next? Well, so there is that option. The reason why I'm not going to kill them off is, A, this is a show that you guys are watching. Imagine if there was a TPK today. What would happen? I mean, it would be like, okay, next week we're going to not roll up new characters because we can't. We've only got 2 sessions left. So would we do a one-shot? I think that would be very empty. It would be very hollow. I also think that if they were to be completely destroyed by Oleanthus, it would be strange. It really would be strange. So with all of those kind of caveats aside, I also think that Oleanthus has seen that they have betrayed the pact, as has everybody else that Zariel brought down here. Her original intention of hiring evil beings to fight evil and to think outside of the box has proven a complete failure. Would he kill them all? Does he need to kill them all? I don't think he does. I think what he would see is that he would see that their task here is done. They have no hope of succeeding, so they must leave Avernus, retreat, go back, and simply accept the fact that they are not going to succeed. So he doesn't have to kill them. And I think that's an important thing as well, is there are a whole lot of things at play here, and there's a whole lot of reasons why killing the party now wouldn't make sense. Is it metagaming? Is it railroading? I don't know. I personally don't believe so. I think it's about making decisions that reflect a lot of different natures that are going on. Alternatively, the demons could arrive and interfere. We could have Damnifer arrive and interfere because he was seen with Oleanthus making some kind of deal or other. So there's lots of ways in which we could work around it. And I think any one of those ways is absolutely acceptable with all of the pressure and all of the options that are available to us. I don't think it's too much of a problem. But where do we go from there? What's next? So once the players, let's assume they kill Oleanthus, then what? Then what are they going to do? They didn't make that deal with Damnifer, and that's the critical thing. No one has signed anything to the effect of slaying this lieutenant of Zariel's. No one has signed anything. The only contract that's been signed thus far, that's currently in effect, is the contract between Thorn and Damnifer, where Thorn is going to get introduced to a devil named Barzeg, who is supposedly responsible for slaughtering Thorn's entire family, driving Thorn into the rage and the barbarian that he has become. In exchange, he's going to grow some extra plant matter in the prime material plane. That's a whole different story, and I think that is definitely not something that we have to explore too much. The confrontation with Barzeg we do have to explore. So when we look at it, we go, okay, so we've got to wrap up this Oleanthus thing. Assumedly that's going to take, I don't know, maybe an hour of today's game. I would like it to take less, but the characters are very creative in what they do, so who knows what's going to happen there. Let's say that takes an hour. They've then got an hour left. Damnifer is going to show up. And of course he's going to say, well, there was no deal. You did that of your own free will. Now we need to strike another deal. What I've been doing, what I have been doing has been to think about what's next. What's Damnifer's bigger play? This is a major spoiler in terms of the whole scene. We know from the book Descent into Avernus that Bel, who is the current archdemon of Avernus, gets replaced by Zariel because she bends the knee to Asmodeus and she accepts her fate as becoming the archdevil of Avernus. How do we get from her invading Avernus to her bending the knee to the individual that she has sworn to try and destroy? In my head, that journey has been, she came in with all of the best intentions. She failed at everything she tried to do, and all that she has seen is that she has had zero impact. Zero impact in this war. Everybody around her that she loved has now died or has abandoned her. And what that results in for me is someone who realizes that perhaps there's a different way. Now, her fanaticism, which got her to defy the gods in the first place and to come into Avernus, as far as I'm concerned, is grounds enough for her to think, if I join, if I become the archdevil, I can make the change from within. I can resist the lure and the temptations of becoming a full devil, and I can try and control from within. Because, and again, this is a spoiler for the actual book itself, there is an opportunity for the PCs in the Descent into Avernus book to redeem Zariel and to get her back into her angelic state. And so for me, it's kind of like the whole Darth Vader thing. She goes on this journey, she becomes evil, and then she finds redemption at the end. That would be the very long play. So I'm just focused on around getting her into the most depressive situation she can possibly be in. Someone, however, has to broker that deal. And I think Damnifer has certainly proven himself to be quite good at manipulating situations to his own ends, and so I think that's where we're going to end up. It all hinges on what the players do in the second half of today's adventure. Whether they go in and attack Zariel, whether they attack Damnifer, because that's also a deal that Ixtec's got on the cards with the demons. So there's lots of things. There's lots of things that could happen here. But we will let them play out. Now, there's something else that has also come up, which I don't say throws a spanner in the works, but is certainly something that happens to GMs all the time, and it's something that we do need to look at. Before there, though, I see that there's a question. Desmona asks, if players call for Damnifer during the fight, would he come to kill Oleanthus? It's a good question. It is a good question. And if they call upon him to help them, I would be of the opinion that Damnifer is very much a smooth operator. I think he might appear. It also depends on whether the demons or the demons or the devils control Avernus, by the way. I think he would appear and he'd say, of course I'll help you. But what do I get? Maybe he goes back on that original deal and he says, okay, fine, but you don't get weapons of mass destruction. You just get returned to the prime material plane. So he can then control that and manipulate that quite well. Alternatively, Maybe he joins, he helps them defeat the defeat the angel without a deal. I feel that would be out of character. I think he would want a contract, at the very least. So, yeah, that's how I would play that. And it also depends if Oleanthus is really beating the snot out of the guys. We'll look into that as well, if they call on him. So it's a good question. The Roach says, would the demons be beholden to the Ixtec deal? After all, it's the lawfulness of the hells that enforces the deals. It's a very good question, and it's something that the players have definitely not asked. No, the demons are not beholden to the deal at all. The demons are oblivion and chaos and come from the realms of the abyss, where there is no such thing as lawfulness. And yes, the only reason why the devils are bound by those contracts is because they are lawful evil, generally speaking. So what Ixtec has done is has basically opened the portal to the abyss within herself. And I think that is, for me, that's always an interesting journey. It's a case of, okay, I'm going to play all of the sides. We know that the way that Jenny is playing Ixtec is Ixtec will reach out to anything that will save them at that moment. So yes, it was a logical reach out for the character to just accept the oblivion, but the character hasn't questioned anything. They're still trying to go back to their original pact, because Ixtec has a warlock pact with the devil. They're still trying to keep that connection going, but they didn't read between the lines when the devil responded in the book saying traitor. The demon offering effectively was, we're going to be your new lords and master. And so the pact with the devil was almost thrown aside. Ixtec's defense of, well, you weren't there, so I needed to survive, I don't think that will wash with the devil, personally. There'll need to be a lot of repentance, I think, before the devil would accept them back, and then they will have to do something for the devil. So that is an angle that we could certainly take as well, if we wanted to manipulate the situation even further. I feel, though, that the oblivion abyss space that Ixtec finds themselves in is more interesting at the moment than having there be a conflict. So I'm going to keep that devil just on the sidelines for a moment until we need to do something. Hetziu says, is what you're saying implying Ixtec will face the devil she made her pact with? Well, as I've just finished saying, I don't necessarily think so. It really depends on what they do at the end of in the last sort of block of today's session. If they kill Oleanthus and then they immediately head down to try and kill Zariel, it's a possibility. Zariel will defeat them. She's ridiculously powerful. And they don't have all of the artifacts, and they haven't leveled up enough, and etc, etc, etc. So I don't think they will do that, but who knows? Who knows? If they take the war machine and run, not sure. If Damnifer says you have to convince Zariel to join with Asmodeus when he arrives, that could be interesting. I'm also toying with the idea that the sword, there is one character, in my opinion, who has stuck to what they said they were going to do, who has actually tried to be better than they were coming in. To my mind, Neziah is the one who has done that. She has avoided deals. She has avoided killing people unnecessarily. I think she's only ever attacked in defense. She hasn't embraced anything in Avernus. Everybody else has given in. They've made deals, they've done things, they've committed atrocious acts in the name of surviving. Neziah hasn't done any of that, and she's questioned actions whenever they've been done about their moral ambiguity or just lack of morals completely. This raises a point that I wanted to bring up, is that Myri is going to be going on a wonderful holiday across Australia towards the end of December, and so won't be available for our last show, for episode 12. There are two ways to handle this, in my opinion. Either we just have her in the background and I could GMPC it. I could pretend to be Neziah. I don't like that personally. I think that Myri owns that character. So I've got to figure out next session how to nicely write Nazaya out. Now, again, is this railroading? Is it not? I don't know. You tell me. But I feel that it's nice for the player. She's invested 3 months of playing to have a good out. And again, that's going to depend on what happens in today's show. So perhaps she takes the sword of Zariel and leaves, goes to the prime material plane, because she's the only one that can hold this sword, of having a slightly purer spirit than everybody else. So there's an option there that I'm kind of juggling with. So to get back to your big question, Hertzio, in terms of will X-Tech face the devil that she's made the deal with? Possibly the final episode could be a showdown between X-Tech and her devil, Barzeg and Thorn, and then Jormund and May trying to help the two overcome that. I think that could be something that we look at. And that could be quite fun. I also have to be aware that we only have 2 hours. And when you're running a combat that's got so many high-level characters and so many high-level things running, 2 hours is really not a long time to kind of unpack it in the way that one would want to. I wouldn't want to rush it. So unlike Ghosts of Saltmarsh, where our concluding 3 episodes were really just one gigantic battle, we don't have the luxury here. Here there's a lot of little loose ends that we've got to tie in and we've got to bring together. So yes, sounds pog. I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, right, so let's talk about control of Avernus. Let's go here. I'm talking about this map that you can find, www.greatgamemaster.com, and then sign up for the Avernus Legions. This is what it was sitting at as of 4 a.m. my time here in Tokyo. I'm going to refresh the page, hopefully. And just bring that in there and put in the password. No change. So the devils have complete control over Avernus. There is no question about it. There are 408 devils currently operating to 390 demons. The devils have 11 influence and 9 power. The demons have 0 influence and 0 power. They really have been knocked back, and I think that's exciting. I like that. It's almost appropriate. It's like, look, Zariel, you came to stop this war, but it's not even a war that you're involved in. It really isn't. So you've had no effect, no influence, basically. I think that's my interpretation anyway. Okay, so Pog is a Twitch add-on emote. Okay, basically means awesome. Okay, right, there we go. Right. Next question, Turkey Sloth says, I may have missed this. Why is Nazaya being written out? Myri is doing an amazing cross-Australia drive, literally from one side of Australia to the other. And unfortunately, the 17th of December, which is our last date for the last show, puts her somewhere in the middle of the great outback. It's a wonderful, wonderful adventure opportunity that came up, and she had to take it. So we wish her safe journeys on that journey, but she won't be there for the last episode. So I don't want to just sort of have her in the background, ignored, and that sort of thing. I want to have her have a conclusion that's satisfactory for the player as well as for the character. So there we are. Where are we now? Any other questions? Would be nice to vote for Angel side too. Yes and no. We did debate that, Desmond. We did, but we're like, well, what happens if the Angels just take over? No, then the whole thing falls apart. So we really wanted to control it slightly more. So there we are. Is this the DM defining the map, or is it the resource of what he says Maladal? This is a map that Kaora made for us. Let me bring it back. Based on an original design from myself. I did the outline, and I created these sectors within Avernus for this, because Avernus, by definition in the book, is an undefined space, and it changes and is malleable, and really is difficult to map out. For this particular series of adventures, though, we wanted to have these zones that could be fought over to make it kind of like an interactive battle map. So this is based upon the voting of you guys. You log in, you cast your vote as to which territories to be controlled. So Avernus, for example, we can see there are 126 demons are currently fighting for it versus 131 devils, which means the devils are in clear ownership there of that. But the devils have just taken over everywhere. Even Golgur, we've got 41 demons to 42 devils. So yeah, it's a whitewashing. The demons have effectively been pushed out. Let me refresh that in case there's a major change. I doubt it. And it was an interesting experiment as well. Yep, still nothing from the demons. So it was a great opportunity, I think, to have some interactivity, as well as to keep things fresh, so that I was on my toes, which I quite like. Oh, I've done the thing. Sorry, there we go. That makes more sense. To talk about screenception. So yes, that's where we are. Okay. Any other questions so far? We've got 4 minutes to go before the game actually starts. I don't see any other questions. What are your thoughts? What do you think they're going to do once they've dealt with Oleanthus? What do you think they're going to do? Like I said, I don't know if they're going to go after Zariel, if they're going to go after Damnifer. Go check Golgur, says Hertzu. Oh dear. All right, well, let's go and see. Someone's been creating a dozen fake accounts. I'm just refreshing it now. This will be the last time I refresh it before the game actually launches. So let's see. No, it still says to me 42 to 42. So 42 demons. There we go. 42 demons to 42 demons in Golgur. Yeah. I think demons, I think you've been beaten. I think you've been kicked out. Deal with Thorn's devil. Nah, just one vote. Okay, so that's what you think they're going to do. You think that they're going to do that. So Specs Mariner, you head on over to www.greatgamemaster.com, and you'll find a link there to pledge your allegiance for the devils or the demons. And you can cast your vote there. I will refresh it. I said I wasn't going to, but I will refresh it once more on the hour as the intro to Descent into Avernus begins. So yes. Desmanner says, I bet Ixtec tries to fix the original pact by trying to kill Damnifer. I would be very interested to see. And between us, Damnifer is not very strong. I think he's. I think the party would just destroy him almost in one round. But that's never stopped a demon before, I don't think. I don't think so. Well, it will, of course, here in Avernus, because he would be completely destroyed. But yes, let's see. Right, I don't see any other questions coming through. We've got 2 minutes, 1 minute basically, before it starts. I see my cast and crew are drinking coffee and settling into their spaces. Oh, Kaora and Janet were at Dragon Meet convention in the UK in London today. So they're sharing a single laptop. So you'll see that there is a bit of a thing. So is there a VOD or YouTube playlist of this series? Maladal, yes, there is. I don't think there's a playlist on the official YouTube channel for Dungeons and Dragons, but if you go through to my YouTube channel, which is How to Be a Great GM on YouTube, you will find there is a playlist for Descent into Avernus with all of the episodes. We are 2 weeks behind where we currently are, so I think episode 6 will release pretty much after today's show. 6 or 7 will be released today on my YouTube channel. So there's a complete VOD of the entire series. You can go and have a look at that. Right. Have a nice game. There it is. Absolutely. So I'm going to check the score and just make sure that there's been no upsets, because we can. Nope. As you are my witnesses, at the time of the game starting, we are still locked 42 to 42. Avernus, no chance there. 5 demons short. So I think it's safe to say that the devils have managed to outmaneuver the demons this time round. Look at those scores. They're all just by one. Just by one. Just by one. 3 there. So they lost Bleak Ball, which is kind of sad for the demons, I suppose. But yes, just a score by one. Just a score by one. I wonder if some... Oh, there we go. Tied at the wound and bleed. Yeah. So, that is it. Until we meet again, we will catch you in Descent into Avernus. Here we go. Hello and welcome to today's show. I'm just making sure that everyone is where they should be, and I think we are. So welcome to Descent into Avernus. The crazy bunch is here. Look at everyone smiling like their 1990s opening show.
No, it's like the intro to like one of those 90s like after school specials, like, you know, where it's like we pretend like we're doing something else, then we're like,
Oh.
That's right.
Aren't those like morality tales? Are you saying we're a morality tale?
Oh,
I
dear.
can see...
Well, depends on how it ends, doesn't
oh
it?
yeah, I was meant to tell that. Ix-Tech, it wasn't a morality tale, it was a cautionary tale.
Oh,
This
I see.
Close enough. Still gonna kill you.
yeah.
No.
All right, so I'm just making sure that chat is happy with everybody's audio. So let's go through everything. Nazaya, how are you doing?
I'm great. I just I drove over here from our community con, a tiny con. Everyone says hi to you.
Talk about your community con. Let's share. What happened? How often does it happen?
Once a year, and it's tiny and named after our plushy owl, who's one of our mascots, Heinz. So it's the Heinz con. It's like 40 people, so really tiny, but it's all just it's Patreon and steady supporters of us, and they're playing games, and we are doing actual plays right in front of people, and everything is really lovely. And I got a lot of great stuff among them. Wait a second. I got a dugong miniature.
That's so cute.
Dugongs and dragons.
Dugongs and
That's
dragons.
the thing.
Love so much.
Where does the convention happen?
Very cute.
In the middle of nowhere, Germany. It's on a tiny castle, actually, and a tiny castle, which is made into a place, you know, like where schools go for weekends. But also we nerds like us are allowed in too. Yeah, so it's really nice. We also LARP there, so pretty place.
There you go. So if you find yourself in the middle of Germany, there's a little castle. You can go and play Dungeons and Dragons there. How nice.
Must
Lovely.
be nice for those countries with castles, mate.
Yeah. Well, Jormund, how are you doing? You do you have a castle?
No, we don't have castles. We've got desert and holes that we can play Dungeons and Dragons in. We call them parent basements. Yeah, that's basically no. It's good. It's good. It's really hot. Like, I mean, like, I know people say it's hot, and people who say like, oh, there's no such thing as global warming. I'm like, spend a day here. Like, seriously, we've put out the fires from last week, which is good. But yeah, no. Apart from that, I suppose we're still turning as a country. We've invented a few new colors for how hot it is down here. It's like, look, we got purple and black now. What do we go from here? Is it just more black? Is there a deeper black that you'd like? We can get a color that you can shine UV light on the map, and that'll tell you how bloody hot it is.
Cycle round to blue again, just from the other side.
Black down to blue.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. How many colours of black do you have in Sweden, Jenny?
None right now. We got snow actually, so it's mostly white. So. I mean, Swedish. This time of year is mostly sort of black, grey, and the occasional white speck of snow. But
there we go.
So it's not the nicest of months right now. I'm not doing okay.
I need the sun.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Vitamin D supplements via IV.
Oh yeah, no, I have like industrial strength ones that I have gotten from my doctor, so that I take 2 massive pills every day, and I have done for years.
Okay, so when you start climbing up your green screen, we know that
yes, my prescription has run out, and I need help.
Speaking of the two that need help, Janet, Kaora, how are you guys doing?
We're fine.
We're doing great. Yes.
We're okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We are in a good place together.
Yes.
I get to be on the bottom row where the good children live.
Yes.
Yay!
Wow.
So, like, if you're not on the bottom row, it's no longer the good row.
I made the row naughty. With my presence.
Oh no! She's ruined our row.
She's lowering the tone. Oh dear, oh dear.
Lowering. Yeah.
How was DragonCon? How was Dragon Meet? Dragon
Was amazing. We met incredible people. There's so much cool stuff going on in the TTRPG world right now. It's so exciting. Amazing games coming out, super cool things, amazing people. So that was our day. It was just like going around. I did a talk about world building.
Yep.
Mark gave out some copies of his new micro setting that he made, which is beautiful.
Super cool. I've seen it. It's lovely. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I bought loads of books that are really cool that I can't show on stream because it's free advertising, but they were really cool and met loads of lovely people who sold them to me, which was great. Yeah, it was really nice. It was a really good day.
So
Lovely. I see a lot of people in chat
we're
too.
very excited to go.
Yes, little bit tired.
Little bit tired.
Very tired.
Teeny tiny bit tired. But we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Also, do you know what the Dutch is for snow? It's my favourite Dutch word.
I know what it is in Afrikaans. Sneeuw.
No.
Sneeuw. Yeah, there we are.
And I think it's called that because it like goes past you. Goes
New.
Sneeuw. Exactly.
In an F1 car.
Yeah.
In an F1 car. All right.
It's windy there. Goes by fast.
See a couple of people in chat saying they were at Dragon Meet, so I hope you managed to find these two miscreants and say hello. And everyone was saying that there was a lot of fun and it was a good day out. So there we are. All right. I need to ask a technical question. Kaora, are you fixed now?
Yes. Well, the way we're going to have it today is May is rolling dice, and I will be making sure that she's not rolling bad dice. And she has all of her attributes on the other screen over here, and I'm in fantasy rounds.
Okay, all right, there we go. Lovely. Right, in that case then, let us start our descent into Avernus.
Ooh. Title drop.
Everyone gentle.
The fire in bands.
Okay, sure.
What Avernus are you in?
Well, I'm
That's
Thorn.
like chill.
Thorn's pretty chill.
Thorn is pretty chill. Yes, so just a brief recap of what happened last week. Our intrepid heroes made their way back to the cathedral on Mount Avernus to discover that everyone save for Zariel and her first lieutenant Erlianthus are left of the original incursion, and then made their way higher up to confront Erlianthus. For reasons unknown, they decided, I do beg your pardon. They decided to engage in combat with the last remaining lieutenant in a display of mass violence, hatred, and savagery. And that, of course, caused Thorn to sprout goats. Lots and lots and lots of goats. We find ourselves in the midst of combat. Jormund being as effective as always. Thorn, you've just goated yourself, and so we now move from there to Oleanthus. He is looking very unhappy with this entire state of affairs. Jormund
brought him hope.
You did. You brought him hope very briefly. Very
so
briefly.
Brief.
Really brief.
It really was. Let's go to the map here so everyone can see what's going on. Let's actually move the map over so everyone can see what's going on. That's where we find ourselves. I'm going to share
Thank you,
it with my players.
Messiah, for making me be far away.
Yes, you were saved at the last moment.
Well, possibly. Let's see.
Right, so what he does is he glares at you, Jormund, unaffected by your attacks. May, I think you managed to get in a little strike with your rapier. He grabs his longsword, which is at his side, and he just buries it in the ground in front of him and screams out, "In the name of my divine, I command you all to surrender!" As he strikes the ground, there's this brilliant burst of divine energy which just ripples out from him in all directions, washing out everybody within 30 feet, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. Everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw. So that would be a 5 from Nazaya, 14 from Ixtec.
Ixtec is hiding behind Nazaya. So.
Yeah.
A natural 1!
Oh no! Not a lot of good rolls today. Not a good start.
Not a good start. And an 8. Everybody failed.
Oh no!
Everybody failed.
Everybody failed. So that means you take... I don't know how to apply this mass damage to everybody.
Just don't. Fine.
We're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
That for Ixtec. That's how much you take.
Ew,
You're
I'm
dying.
Again.
Messiah, you take that.
Instantly just.
May, you take that. Jormund, you take that. Thorn, you take that. And you are all then knocked prone as well.
Sorry.
Thanks for trying.
Sorry, I'm
Messiah.
also falling down on Ixtec, probably.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yes, Michael?
Sorry. I still had protection from good up, so I would actually have advantage against that save.
Okay, make a second roll.
All right, now listen, Dice.
Sure.
I don't like you and you don't like me. I need this to not look like
But
I'm a
I need it
complete
solid.
schmuck.
Yep.
God damn it, Dice! Damn
Yep.
you! The exact same. Why?
The dice just looks back and whispers.
This is Broken World Chronicle all over again.
Yep.
I swear.
The dice just look at you and say, "Hold my beer." Your goats are going to take that damage as well, aren't they?
Oh no.
Yeah, you might as well roll for all of them as a big blob, I guess.
As a big blob.
Roll
Okay.
for goat damage.
Goats.
Yeah, because higher than 19.
Oh no.
The goat damage is 22.
They all die.
Oh, so young.
They have 19 HP, so they all die.
The goats
22 goat damage.
briefly look
So
at you
tragic.
with that withering stare that all goats give
Oh no.
before
Well, I get to
exploding
try.
into dust.
Yep.
Yeoman
Thanks.
wipes his eyes and goes, "Did anyone else see a bunch of goats just there?"
Nope.
Very
Nope.
briefly.
Just you.
Must have been my imagination.
Ixtec,
Yes.
here's your life save.
Thank you.
You don't wake up, but there is a voice. You removed our gift. Why?
I didn't remove it. It was burnt out of me by an angel. I wasn't exactly happy about it.
We can offer it again.
Would that be in a new deal?
It remains.
Well, I don't see a dead Damnifer around here yet, so get me back out there.
You stand up.
Yay!
That's all that happens in that your action, however. Jormund?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yormund is going to unleash the full fury of his Yormundness. I'm going to. Yormund basically swings back with both of his chains as he uses them to try and propel himself forward and upwards to sort of use his move action to stand. As he stands up, he arcs his blade through the air and tries to swing it around to clip this angel's wings.
I see. In a dramatic flurry of chains, you rise. Yes, make your attack.
Okay, so I've got my primary attack, and I've also got my spiritual weapon attack, which attacks automatically.
Okay.
I want to then use a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite upon him.
All right. You will
Because I can.
smite him wrathfully.
Okay, here we go. All right, come on.
As a grape, you swing and miss.
Get to... Hey! I hit him!
With
The
your
spiritual
weapon.
I have no control over manages to strike his back with a chain lash.
He takes the damage. It bashes into his wings. There's a bit of blood that's drawn.
First blood.
Are you done?
I'm done. I growl at him with that deep resonance from the Dragonborn's throat.
Nice. Mademoiselle Larouge,
Oui,
you are on your ass.
oui, I am. I realize because I am not in Fantasy Grounds because we have a little machine error
Uh-huh.
that I could have used Hellish Rebuke,
Ah.
which is a reaction.
Ah, oui. Which
I am
does what?
assuming now that I cannot. It is gone.
What was the hellish rebuke? It was against the magic
The
attack?
angel, what cooked me?
Yeah. The angel what
So I
cooked you.
point my finger and he burns.
Yeah, you'll have to use that when you remember it.
I'll do that. I'll do that thing.
Because he's going to
In that
burn you
bit.
again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right.
Oh, excellent.
Never say I didn't give you an opportunity.
Jolly good. I did nothing.
You did attack him. You did. I have it on video record. Jormund attacked him with great vengeance and violence.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, you plural.
A lot of violence.
Not
Right.
us.
No.
Him.
As a matter of fact, I think Jormund didn't actually hit him. I think it was another party member
Yeah,
who
you're-
actually
you're
did
setting him
damage.
up.
I was giving him a Reiki massage.
Nonetheless,
Like with a
Madame, what are you doing?
I am going to stab him in the face and see what happens.
All right, so you're going to
Because
use your move
apparently,
action to get
That's
up.
where I am at now. So I'm going to move towards him.
Wait, does it take your full movement to get
Yeah,
up?
it does, because you're prone.
Oh,
You got any
So
ranged
you're
attacks?
standing there.
well, in that case,
Can you throw?
I don't know what I can do because I have become overly reliant on Fantasy Grounds and it has all the information. Everything I can do is in Fantasy Grounds. This is why you need Fantasy Grounds, people, because you can just look at things and click them and it works.
And it does its thing.
It's just so good. Can I skip my turn while I faff
Yes.
and then come back?
I'll
Thank
come
you.
back to you if you remind me. Desire,
Nazaria flips back to her feet, looks down at Ixtec.
Ixtec's already standing up.
Yeah.
He's looking really angry.
Uh,
Don't ask. Not the time.
you do notice
fine.
something strange about Ixtec's back whilst looking at Ixtec, Nazaya.
Yes. What do I notice?
It seems to be moving.
Yeah.
Did you make another
Not
deal?
the time!
Exactly the time.
Angel!
Yes. Stupid. Desire just sniffs, tosses her head, moves over to May, and grabs her shoulder.
Okay. May is busy working out her life. Does May know what she's doing now?
Nope, May needs more time. Somebody else needs to do something.
When Desire says, don't.
Interesting. Thorn?
Thorn spends his movement getting up.
Yep.
Well, I didn't really want to attack this angel.
You just want to be a goat herd.
Yeah, get the goats to do it.
Any excuse
Like
to
a loophole.
summon goats.
I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit on myself.
Okay. You cast Healing Spirit on yourself. You can do that.
Cool. So that is...
Whilst you're doing that, Oleanthus... Sorry?
I get 1d6 hit points back.
There you are. Do you want to roll them?
Yeah.
If you drop it on yourself, it'll heal you.
Oh, sorry.
Never mind. All right, we'll give you back 4 hit points. So you're on 21. Oleanthus looks at you with a withering gaze, Jormund. I knew it was a mistake to make use of criminals in this offensive, but I did not question it. Now I see that I should have, and I have failed in my duties to my commander. But I will make sure that her failure is buried here with you, he says as he swings his sword at you once, Jormund.
He has disadvantage.
He does. Well, this is with disadvantage. He still hits.
Damn it. No. Don't die.
And you take 8 points of damage with his first attack. I will now give him disadvantage. For his second attack, he swings again. And misses, his blade bouncing off of your armor as you manage to avoid the hit. X-Tech,
Yes.
what are you
It's
doing?
my turn now.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Witch Bolt at this creature.
You fire off your witch bolt. Lightning strikes next to you as you slam into him.
I have not quite figured out how to make the damage work, so I'm just going to drop 4 d12s on him
Okay.
for lightning damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Just drop 4d12s on him. I don't think it'll
Witch
work.
bolt?
If you open up the spell witch bolt, it'll tell you how much damage it does.
Yeah, it just tells me on level 12. I guess I could just click this 4 times.
Or just
Or
drag it
this-
onto him 4 times, yeah.
Yeah, alright. 2, 3, 4. Not a lot of damage.
Magic
but,
slamming into him. You can see him being knocked back by it. May, last chance.
I am going to get off of my ass
Nazaya has
and
said...
hide behind that rock.
you
You can't move.
You
I
can't...
can't.
Helps her up, but then
I can
one
double
hand
move.
on her shoulder.
Oh, you're double moving.
I'm just going there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's what you're doing, Jormund.
Jormund is going to allow his little flying blade to do its thing. As the chain whips around and lashes in a vertical arc, it does literally nothing as it collides with the ground.
Rips up the
Jormund
surface.
will, however, use that distraction and stretch
That's
his
what it
arm
was.
forward and attempt to cast Hold Person upon the angel. I know it might not work because obviously he's an angel and not a person, but I both as player and as Yorman don't know if this will work or not, so I'm going to try it anyway.
Condition immunities.
Do that.
Okay. What's his saving? Oh, he has advantage on saving throws. What's the saving throw? It's
It is 14.
Constitution.
Oh, wisdom, sorry.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
14.
Yep.
He passes.
Ooh. Yeah, by far.
Successfully passes, yes. Your spell has no effect on him, apparently.
Does not.
You doing anything else?
I
think you're done.
Yeah, he's done.
All right. Mademoiselle La Rouge.
Oh no, I have to do things.
You have to think.
Nazar, what is happening? What are you saying?
I am saying do not attack the angel.
But I just stabbed him in the face.
Yeah, don't attack him again.
Okay.
You know, once is a mistake, 2 times is stupidity.
You say this as witch bolts slam into him and then spectral swords swing around in the background.
I think that's 4 times just with 1 attack. So she's mistake, stupidity, death wish. I'm not going to talk to her anymore.
No.
I think that at this point, if I do not attack him, I am doing something wrong for everyone else.
For what? I still don't know where you got the accent from.
What?
What are you doing? You're out of time.
I'm out of time. I look at Nazar, I look at the angel. How damaged is this angel?
He's got a little bit of blood in the corner of his mouth, bit of scuff marks. His wings are a little bit battered. There's 1 or 2 feathers on the floor, but otherwise he seems fine.
Mr. Angel, I think we might have made a terrible mistake. I think we want to be friends now. And I hide behind the rock.
Nazaya?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yep.
Damn. Yes. Fine. Nazaya sprints forward and tries to wrestle Jormund away from the angel, jumping in between, into a maelstrom of flying chains and everything.
Well, they haven't hit anything yet, so you're probably safe.
It's like the safest place in the world is in my threatened area at the moment.
Sorry, Michael, I couldn't resist. So you're going to try and take Jormund, what are you going to do? Jormund, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow her to intercede, or are you going to try and hold your ground?
Jormund's kind of in a frenzy. He's not really... As you sort of... as Nazaya approaches, you can kind of tell that Jormund sort of... like, his eyes are almost locked firmly with the eyes of the angel. And he doesn't even hear or see anything around him at this point. So he's not trying to, sort of push her off or anything like that, but he's not, he's not going with her either.
Okay.
Well, Nazaya's plan is to jump up and then basically use one of his scaly dragon legs to jump again and get more leverage to put a fist into his nose, like you would do to very, very naughty shark or something.
Wrong character.
Bad, we're in the wrong campaign.
Wrong season.
Yes, you can't turn me upside down and paralyze me.
All right, make your attack against Jormund's nose.
My attack against Jormund's nose.
Yes. You leap from leg to limb.
What DC does your nose have?
So, you hit most solidly. Ouch.
I don't want to really do any damage. I just want to get in his line of sight and give him just a tiny ouch moment when I hit his nostrils to make him reconsider his life choices.
Can I make a wisdom save?
Yeah, so what I'm going to ask you then, Nazai, is just roll your damage as it would normally be.
Come again?
Roll your damage as it would normally be if that wasn't a regular attack.
Yes, I'm just going to... It's a...
You're now on heavy damage, Jormund.
Oops, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I was literally on the nose for heavy
on the
damage.
nose, on the nose.
Get it?
Yeah. So give me
nose.
your wisdom saving throw there, Jormund, to see if you can come out of it, and you can indeed. So you can now think a little bit more rationally. Thorn. Nazire is now attacking Jormund. May is hiding behind a rock. And if you look over at Ixtec, it looks like she has wings or something.
Really?
Well, there's something on your back bulging underneath your shirt now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Nazaya,
Busy.
Okay. Hey, Maya.
She's
She's
hiding behind the rock.
We're not attacking the angel, right?
I am so confused. I don't know. I thought we were, and then Nazaya said we weren't, but I thought we were, and then we need his head to go back to the material plane. But I'm so confused, and I stabbed him, and now I'm not stabbing him, and I don't know why.
Okay, that's a lot to say in about 5 seconds. Sure.
It's a very short sentence.
So, okay, all right. What are we doing here, guys?
You tell me.
Hey, it's you three who are having doubts here. Me and Michael are perfectly on the mark there.
Well, we were up until the point where it's like, well, okay, I guess popular opinion demands.
We killed Guy.
Oh no!
No, just Nazaya demands.
This is where we need a 1-800 number. So if you would like Yormund to surrender, dial in 1-800-5. I want
Get
this
a
angel
straw poll
to
in
die.
chat.
Yeah.
I don't. No. it's
What
not
do you think,
a
Thorn?
chat.
I am going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement
Okay.
Who?
onto Jormund.
Oh no!
You need to! I mean, come on!
Yeah.
I'm a trendsetter now.
Sadly, you miss.
Missed.
Yes. What colour's your
But-
magic? Have we established that? Describe how this ray comes out the tip of your
Yeah,
finger.
so
'Cause that's
kind
how
of
it
like
is.
a black, sort of reddish line of a ray that just sort of, it's quite faint, but it sort of springs forth from Thorn's hand and just sort of goes poof, and doesn't really do anything.
Would he have advantage given that I'm literally not expecting this from him at all?
No.
Okay.
You're involved in combat. You're expecting someone to hit you.
Maybe
maybe
you might
not.
not even notice because
Yeah.
we're currently just trying to fend off Nazaya.
It's like a second ago I thought I saw goats. Now these red bolts coming from somewhere.
Oleanthus raises his blade in a very aggressive manner, and he says, "You yield!"
Yormund will look at him angrily, but then look at Nazaya. Realizing the scenario he's in, Yormund will raise both his hands, place them behind his head, take a knee, and say, "I yield."
He then looks at you, Nazaya.
I never was part of this fight anyway.
And your companions?
They made bad decisions, but you brought us from certain death here to this place and sent us out into a desert of salt that tried to kill us, and you expect a bunch of scraggly beings like us to then be wise. We are not.
It is true, the fallibility of mortals is well known where we come from. Very well.
In the neck.
Emerge from your hiding, mortals. We will have discourse.
Have what?
Wants to talk.
Ah,
Do you emerge from your hiding spaces? Do you come forward?
Yes.
I'll dismiss the flying
Blade.
chain. Yep.
You attacked, foolishly, as you have now seen.
Yep.
And yet you have brought a war machine with you.
Oui.
Yes.
If you were to be granted leniency for your foolish, unwise, ill-advised mortal ways, would you seize the opportunity to redeem yourselves?
We just want to go home. That is all we want.
Is this true for all of you?
Well,
for me.
yeah, I guess.
It is true. But among the time that we've spent here, we've needed to do what we need to survive, and that includes dealing with those who reside here. The devil Damnifer has eyes set upon you, hence the attack. While we seek to return home, there is also the matter of the devil and the deal that was made.
That is between you and him. You will have to reconcile yourselves thusly. You were unwise to entreat his speech. It is filled with vile evilness.
This could all be settled if you helped us taking him down, thus ridding yourself of a clear enemy that knows to target you specifically right now. That could solve the situation, rid these two of their deal. Because let me tell you, if they do not uphold this deal that they have made with Damnifer, he's going to come after them, and any work you want us to be doing here is going to be tenfold more difficult with him against us.
And surely killing someone such as Damnifer would bring much glory to Zariel as well. Your commanding officer would surely shower you with praises at the defeat of such a fiend.
He is certainly one of the most powerful devils in this conflict at the moment, causing a lot of issues.
Plus, he's very slimy and quite bad for your karma, so I think getting rid of him is nice. Oui.
You would face Damnifer in order to purge yourselves of your mistakes. That is admirable, I guess.
That's not what we said. But you have the big glowy sword that does the stabbing, no?
It is in your interest as well to get rid of this devil.
And you're
If
so
you were
mighty
to
and
assist-
strong with the wings and the flapping.
This is not a decision I must make. We must return to the cathedral and consult with Commander Zariel. She will instruct us in the correct course of action to take. You will excuse me if I require you to travel first down to the cathedral. I will follow behind.
He's learning.
Well, okay. Thank you, Mr. Glowy. So, okay, yeah, we'll go.
Yormund stands up and re-wraps his chains around his vambrace. He then sort of straightens himself up, even though defeated, still filled with unearned pride, much unearned, and strolls or strides downwards along the path back towards the cathedral.
All right. Does everyone go towards the cathedral?
Yeah, and the healing spirit that I had stays with me for a minute, so it's going to heal me for 1d6 for every minute.
So you get 10d6 back.
Yes.
Okay. Roll 10d6. It shouldn't be enough to...
I can spread that out amongst a few people because it can move with me as a bonus action on each round.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
if it's in the space of somebody else, I can heal them.
Sure thing.
So I'm going to heal myself for 3d6. If
Okay.
that's okay.
Let's do that. So just run through. We'll do that as you're walking down towards the cathedral. This little
Well,
sprite
kind of like
is-
the healing spirit is kind of like jumping between us and just giving us a little
boost.
rub.
He's just going to sidle up,
Feedback
hoping
rub.
to get a hit of that.
What?
You know,
You've got a little
he'll
straw.
pass.
It's like,
Just please, just a little, just right here.
yeah, just right there. Yeah, you see where the tentacle is, just below the tentacle.
Yes, yes, it's so itchy. Actually, Ixtec's going to sort of stick a hand in under the armor and
Yes,
sort
it
of...
does feel. You can definitely feel that as you had those little tentacles at the side of your appendix, you now have them on your back, because you still have that gap where the previous demonic stuff was removed from.
Still a hole where there
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
entrails.
Yes, there is that. There is that.
I'm not sure I can actually approach the cathedral as I am now, my fellow travelers.
What happened?
Oh,
What's wrong?
Is the
Do you remember what happened last time I approached the
Oh.
cathedral?
But then you were fine, no?
Yes.
Oh. Oh no.
No, because I mean humans are supposed to not have the holes.
Oui,
Yes.
but that was no. I think I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about I just go wait in the vehicle?
That's cool.
You can do the negotiating on my behalf, I'm sure. I'm sure that any decision that I'm likely to make at this point is going to be voted down anyway, so I might as well not be present to spare myself some agitation. Sort of
I don't know.
stalks over
It's
towards
your idea to kill.
Do you hear anyone talking?
Not gonna address that.
Roll your 3d6 to restore to yourself quickly, Kaora.
Sure.
I thought Guy was about to say Iztec takes 3d6 burn damage.
Burn damage. Yeah.
Roll some, yes.
Okay, so that gets you onto 7 wounds. Are you going to take some more? Are you going to share it?
Yeah, so can I give 3 to myself,
Yep.
and then 3 to... So how many did I have? I had 10.
You had 10, so you got 1 left after this. So who are you giving 13 back to?
Nazaya.
I'm fine.
Yeah, she's fine!
You're
Wait.
fine.
Full health. Now
Oh,
you're
then-
even better than full health.
Fine.
Wait, who's not on full health?
I'm on 1 health, thank you!
Yeah, but I don't know if you're like... Wait,
Oh, if you like me anymore?
no.
I think Norman is leaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, heal Jorman. I'll be
I
fine.
lost 8 hit points, but I'm
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I can't die at this point, so just go feel Jormund. 1 hit point, 30 hit point. I die to 1 hit anyway.
Anyway.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
right, okay. I'll heal Jormund then.
Okay, so
Yay.
not Desire. So Desire, you go back to having some wounds there. Okay, and you've got 1d6 left. Who are you going to drop the 1d6 on?
I will drop the 1d6 onto...
on me if you want to. If you want to.
Ooh,
No, I'll drop that onto Iztec.
Thank
Alright.
you.
there we go.
You're most kind.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
The
As
dregs
you
at the
are
bottom of the
walking
heel
down towards the cathedral, you realize that there is a very different atmosphere that pervades. Whilst engaged in combat with Oleanthus, perhaps you missed it, but the entire plain below the great volcano of Avernus is absolutely still. That massive demonic horde that had been threatening to overcome lies unmoving and turning into a black sludge as very small amounts of devils seem to be sort of flying over these blackened corpses. The cathedral no longer is firing out beams of energy at anything climbing up the side of the volcano. It is as if the demons have been completely obliterated. Driven back, if you like, into the black earth.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
We're in hell. Assume it's a bad thing. Everything's
I
a
know good
bad thing.
things here.
You arrive at the cathedral to find Zariel deep in prayer, and she looks up as you arrive. Oleanthus strides behind. These mortals have a proposal for you, Commander. I suggest that, as they are the last, we hear them out before we make our final decision on what we shall do here. Zariel opens her eyes and looks at Oleanthus. There is no decision on what should be done here. We are to remain. We have not yet completed our glorious quest. We will be triumphant. Maybe not this century, maybe not the next, but we will never surrender. I am grateful that you have returned, and you have brought the war machine with you that we so desperately needed. It appears, however, that things have changed. Within the last few moments, the demons have broken. It is as if their spirit has simply left, drawn back into the great river Styx, and the devils appear to have been triumphant for now. I am sure that this is a temporary ceasefire in hostilities, and as a result my resolve is more than doubled in desire to overcome this terrible place, and to restore order and justice as it should be. Oleanthus spoke of thoughts on your behalf. What would they be? Speak your mind here. We are all friends. Ha! Says Oleanthus from behind you all.
That's not very...
Yeoman sort of places a firm hand behind Nazaya and sort of looks at her with a sort of a knowing nod and sort of pushes Nazaya up the front.
I think we are going to kill a devil for you. A scheming, important devil.
Zariel's eyes flare with divine energy as she looks at you, Nazaya. You have thrived here. You have held your resolve against all manner of darkness.
Yeah, it's called Ixtec.
Did he let me go off to the...
Yes, he did.
Yes, good. I'm not here then.
I believe that you have, in some great way, managed to redeem yourself. You have not succumbed to the temptations that the others have, she says as she looks at the rest of you.
Hey. What are you... What? What happens?
May's innocent faces.
Yeah.
What?
You wish to slay a devil for me?
No, actually, I was not the one to come up with the idea. Jarmund!
Hey, I've been wanting to slay devils this entire time. My whole quest.
Yes, everyone is much more into devil slaying than I am. I'm just feeling like an enabler now. I'm very sorry. I'm not good with words when you're too
Yeoman will step forward at this point. It is our resolve.
It's too holy for me.
Because you're of all of us, as she says, you are the one who did not succumb to the machinations of those who live here. And it is behind you that we need to rally if we wish to do anything worthwhile for these angels. I'll admit, in the light of Zariel and others, that I have my demons, not literal, but metaphysical, and I find it distasteful, among other things, to work with, around, or for some such as yourselves. But Nazaya's strength through all the turmoil, adversity, and danger that we have faced thus far, her resolve has been the strongest of us all. She's the one who stayed my hand against your officer, whom, through the evil manipulations of Damnifer, I foolishly, he says through these biting teeth, attacked, and I resolved my own penance by destroying Damnifer himself, and cleansing both myself and those who have treated with him from his evil deeds. Thorn has also expressed a desire to kill such great evils beyond Damnifer as well. What you have now is those who would rally to your side, mortal, flawed, but willing to do what's necessary to ensure that we return safely home to the material plane.
Zaya's tried to shrink back from the front line.
Hey, look! If it means killing devils, hey, you know that's my whole jam. Yeah, you have jam, right?
Me, you like jam? Wine is better.
You are certainly set in your course of action. And you are correct in terms of the purity of those that you travel with. Damnifer is a dangerous devil. He has visited this place many times during this conflict, and has offered all kinds of golden rewards should we accept any of his deals. Why are you confident that you would be able to defeat him in combat?
I'm not...
The resolve that we have does not come from confidence. but from the one thing that burns brighter than any flame that exists here. Hope.
Oh, desperation.
And desperation, yes. Hope and desperation.
I mean, the fires are pretty hot. We are in hell, so, that...
Yes, the fires are pretty hot. So as hot as the fires of hell burn our hope and desperation to accomplish this task. Yes. You don't need to put your hand up.
That this metaphor has gone off key, but also I want to go home. And I want to take Nazaya home with me. You can do that for us. I do not have centuries. I am mortal. I would die. And I do not want her to die here.
I can understand you wanting to protect her. And she is worthy of protection. I accept your offering. If you slay Damnifer, I will restore you to the prime material plane in whatever condition you so choose to be restored in. I would not hold you here any longer, for I have seen just what Damnifer has done to your souls already.
D'accord. But I have one more request. If we try, and we die, you save Nazaya. Because you have said that she is worth it. She is redeemed. So take her back to the material plane. If we die here, fine. But she lives.
Not
or
fine.
nothing.
I can agree to that. Oleanthus steps back. Are we now devils, Commander? We are making deals with mortals. Zariel.
Your commander is, and she sees where the hope is for mortals. Because, yes, we are grey and we are flawed and we are broken. But she is not. And that is worth saving.
Zariel raises her hand. This is a cause that will help us. That devil has been a major problem. Admit it, Oleanthus. And he is forced to admit it. He kind of grumbles, maybe, possibly. Small ways. Not very important. But yes. I will agree to your terms, if that is what you want them to be.
D'accord.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're all worth saving.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so how are we gonna do this?
You must have a plan, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but we're going to make one this time.
Do you know anything? You have lived 1,000 years.
Usually devils appear when you call them by name.
And what kills the devil?
Wait, hold on. I know that one. If you kill them here, they die.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And as far as retrieving the devil, I think I might know someone. I sort of reach into my pocket and I pull out a wet bag.
I would suggest you do not do it here. In case there are complications, I would hate to lose this position. Do you not know of some better location where you might fight him?
The space up on the top of the mountain where we first ran into Olanthius. That may suffice as a decent place to engage.
Up we go again.
What happens to a devil when you push him into lava? Just asking.
Nothing, I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine they're immune to lava.
They swim back up slightly, cross that their clothes are wet.
I reckon they can drown, though.
Ixtec,
just hold them underneath.
What are you doing whilst you're inside the war machine?
Relaxing, really. Just sort of sitting with their feet up. Just sort of, they've found something and they're just sort of bouncing it off the wall. Sort of a little peeved that the fight earlier was just rudely interrupted. So rudely.
So rude.
So rude. I think that they're sort of out of old habit, sort of checking their tone.
Okay.
If the patron has written anything to all of their desperate attempts at explanations.
As you're paging through the tome, the book seems to get heavier, and there is a presence in the room with you. I see once again you have made an alliance with the Abyss.
Lord.
You have ignored my warnings repeatedly.
Gets up and kneels down onto the floor. I don't remember you giving me any warnings, Lord. I have not made any further deals. I merely held them to the ones that we made. Because again, didn't want to die. And I'm sure holding people to deals is your thing.
Did it ever occur to you that in death you would find greater power?
Of course it does, but I'm not done yet with this. When I die, I will enter an entirely new structure. I understand that, but I wanted to do something with the one I have first.
Of all of your family, you were the closest to achieving perfection, and joining me here in Avernus at my side as a full-sworn devil of power. In your desperation to cling to your mortal existence, you have now forsworn that by allying yourself with the enemy.
I haven't allied myself with them. I made a mistake.
Indeed.
And I'm not allowed to make a mistake. I've learned that many times.
There is only one option.
What?
Purging by fire. Within the cathedral is the device that the angels were using to protect themselves from the demon invasion.
Yes.
It will rend you limb from limb.
And if I go in there and purge myself, you'll take me back?
Perhaps.
Did I at least not do well here?
I brought you here, didn't I?
You brought me here. Those divine creatures brought me here. Right?
They believed their choices were their own. Never underestimate that the devils are in complete control of Avernus at all times. Thoughts here are not of their own making.
It did seem a little twisted. I made a mistake. I was scared. I don't... Guys, seriously, can I... I'm trying to have a moment here.
No, it's great. Carry on.
No, shit. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yes, thank you. Fine. I'll do what I've always done, which is whatever you want me to do.
The presence is no longer there.
Damn it. X-Tech leaves the book where it lies And then they get up and they walk out of the vehicle and they walk into the cathedral.
All right, they start walking to the cathedral. Back inside the cathedral, Zariel, there is the matter of the blade. I was not able to bury it. Perhaps burying it is incorrect. Nazaya, as you are the one who has managed to avoid most temptations in a place filled with temptation, would you be willing to bear one final burden?
No.
I will do it. What is it?
Zariel sadly smiles at you, Mai. It would destroy you if you were to try and take up the burden.
I'm stronger than I look, you know.
There is no doubt of that, I'm sure. My sword has properties here which, if the devils were to acquire it, would certainly shift the balance of power in their favor almost irrevocably. We want to move it to a space where it cannot be accessed by demon or devil, but it can only be borne by those who are of pure spirit and who have not any tarnish upon their souls. Unfortunately, you have imbibed way too much of Avernus to qualify for that.
D'accord. I did drink a lot of wine. I see that.
Huh.
There is maybe one person still.
Thorn is pretty pure.
Hey. Hey.
I'm not volunteering you. I'm.
Yeah. How do you tell?
You
If
have a
you're,
mark upon your soul, Thorn. That
Oh.
mark
Right.
is a signed and sealed deal.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Then, yes, I think we don't have much choice then, do we?
I guess not.
We always have a choice, Nazaya. That is something that the devils and the demons would have you think we do not have. If you will not bear the sword, I will simply send Olianthus upon his original quest, which will be to entomb the sword somewhere here in Avernus.
And what would you have us do?
I would have you take it with you to the primaterial plane and pledge yourself to guard it for all eternity. I believe you would be of character enough that that would be a binding agreement.
I will not live for all eternity.
Protect the sword and you would become an eternal protector.
Zaya turns around, looks at me.
It is a great thing that I ask, and I would not ask it of any one. If I had other options, I would do it myself, but I must remain here, and to dispatch Olianthus on such a quest would deplete me of my last remaining angel.
Yes,
May?
May walks up to Nazaya and puts her arm around her shoulder. The sword, will it hurt her?
It should not.
Should. I don't like that word.
As long as her intentions remain pure, and she does not violate the accords of the sword, using it in anger or in hatred against the innocent or the unarmed, it should not harm her.
I believe in you, Nazaya. You can do this. I know it.
Zaya puts her hand on May's shoulder and kind of nudges her horn with her tiny one. Talk. Then I will do it.
Thorn walks over to both of them, puts his hands on both shoulders, and go, "Yeah, I believe in you too."
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. And hey, I'll keep you company. I don't seem to age.
Oh, yes.
Yeoman just sort of remains off to one side, just sort of looking at this display of angelness.
Thorn. She said she could see a mark on your soul.
Yeah. Hey, I got a soul. You can see my soul?
Good one.
That's fantastic news. I like that. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do anything you want, angel lady.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that easy?
Well, I mean, yeah. I am. But yeah, that's great. Well, that confirms it.
Once you are done with Damnifer, return here and I will give you the sword and return you all to the prime material plane, as per our agreement.
And if we fail, Nazaya goes anyway.
Yes, I will do my very best to protect her.
Bien.
It's at that point, Ixtec, that you arrive at the edge of the temple.
Yes.
You see the golden reliquary on the altar.
Yes. They just sort of goes in through the door and just starts walking quietly.
We are detecting that you are approaching a reliquary of great power, says the voice in your head. It will destroy us.
Yes, well, it's bound to happen, wasn't it?
We are eternal. We are oblivion.
Yes, well, I'm sure you'll be fine then.
You would forsake your place in our company.
I never wanted a place in your stinking company.
Yet you would use us for your own gains.
Well, obviously. It's like just walking really fast down the middle of this, just muttering and with annoyance to themselves, just obviously.
I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Ooh, that's not my best thing. I'm going to use I think Doc wants some luck on this. I'm gonna add a D10
Okay.
to the saving throw. Ooh, that's better.
Nice. You feel your limbs starting to stiffen. We will not let you destroy us. But you manage to push through. What are the rest of you doing? Everyone sort of, well, Zariel is busy looking at the sword. Oleanthus is sort of brushing up on his armor. Nazaya?
Can we hear them go, well, I never had a place in your company, in your stinking company anyway?
Are you saying out loud, Ixtec? I think so.
It's sort of low mutter.
Yeah, they're muttering.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an unusual state.
No, it's happened before.
Yes, but yes, you can hear them, and yes, you can see Ixtec approaching the group, which happens to be near the altar. I can bring up the cathedral if you like.
You can.
What are they doing here? I thought there was zappy boom situation. No?
Zappy boom.
Zappy boom.
Oh, boom.
Remember?
Boom dada boom.
Ixtec, what are you doing?
Something I should have done long ago, Jormund. Sorry about this.
Don't worry. Stop her.
Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to you. Because not everything is about you, Nazaya.
I think you're going to start leaking in a minute if you're
First of all, I'm not talking to you. And second of all, I wanted him to stop you so you don't hurt yourself.
I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm going to set things right for the first time since I got down here.
Hey, that makes sense. All right.
Thank you, Thorn. You've been a good friend.
Yep, you've been a good one too.
May, are you doing anything as Ixtec is making
Guy, can I toss my ring at Ixtec?
What?
You can throw it, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my ring of mind shielding at Ixtec.
Okay.
You've been a good friend.
Have a ring to the face.
No, it's on my palm like this, and I'm just
Right.
gonna go.
Okay. You hurl this ring at Ix. Ix, are you going to grab the ring?
No, I don't. I'm not looking at the thorn. I'm focusing.
Bing, ding, ding. It bounces
Yeoman
around.
sits there for a
Yeoman?
moment. Yeoman just puzzles over the allergy that everyone in the group seems to have over communicating their actions and intentions to one another. As he steps out of the way, well, he'll kind of move in the way to begin, as Nazaya suggested, but then after what Ixtec says, he'll just let them pass, and just sort of step out the way, and sort of, looks at Nazaya like, we should trust her, for now at least. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Giant, big, holy sword.
May, are you doing anything?
Yeah, May's getting out the splatter zone.
Okay.
Ixtec, as they walk, they're sort of they're pulling off their magic ring and they're sort of dropping it, and they're taking off the amulet they've been wearing and they're dropping it to the side.
We might want to get ready to heal them.
Zariel looks to everybody. What is happening?
This gets messy fast.
I don't understand.
There's a boom, then a black thing, and then a big hole where the tummy should be. The whole thing.
Boom, da boom.
Don't worry, I'm just ridding this place of the last of the demon infestation, let's say.
Also, I go get my ring.
Damn rude.
Oh, if we're looting, I'll take the amulet.
It's free for all, apparently.
Hell, people!
Why? I take being rendered limb from limb as I'm not going to be using any of this again. So I might as well, bequeath.
So, as you're walking towards the altar, the voice in your head once again says, "We will not allow you to do this." Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Well, they're consistent.
Oof.
Again, you feel this intense pressure on your psyche to stop, but you just power through it and arrive at the giant altar. That golden reliquary is just in front of you. What do you do? Oleanthus draws his sword.
Going to reach out and stretch my hand into it.
Everybody make dexterity saving throws, if you please.
May had the right idea. There's going to be a splatter zone.
Don't forget you get a +3 if you're around me.
There we go. Nazaya was in anticipation. Oh, Fantasy Grounds just crashed for me. Sorry, folks. We'll be back.
Crashed.
Oh
no! Yay! It dodged my crummy roll just then. What a terrible shame! Oh no!
I think it was just
no. It was a great roll.
What
you talking about? It was a great roll. It was fine. I saw it just before it crashed.
Natural 20.
You did.
Oh no!
So all I know is Desire passed at the moment. I'm busy relaunching FG as we speak.
I'll wait until you're back.
You'll have to come back in again.
Jenny, if it's any consolation, if you were like held back from the resistance, I was literally going to run up, grab your head, and just smash you into the reliquary.
You're a true friend.
Quit postulating! Get on with it already!
Enough drama.
Enough drama. All right. So, yes, Nazaya, you duck out of the way. Everybody else is still busy leaping, launching, or being thrown backwards. You touch that reliquary. Okay, it's back up. You touch that reliquary, and as you do so, the voice in your head says, "We will find you." And then there's this blast of radiant energy which just explodes outwards. As soon as you guys can, jump back into FG and just roll those values for me. It is up and running. I think my cathedral map's too big. So it broke. Anyway.
I believe our fantasy grounds is now crashed.
Yes, it will kick you out
Point
as it
below,
gets you
yeah.
to rejoin the instance.
I now have 3 instances of fantasy ground running. I don't know why they keep multiplying.
Just keep multiplying, they're taking over. All right.
I got dice.
Whilst-
I'm multiplying. And I'm losing connection.
Oh my goodness. Right. Well, whilst that's busy going on, Ixtech, you feel your flesh just ripping away and burning across every joint, every piece of bone within your body feels as if it is on absolute, oh god, I can't say this, on fire, as this energy just finishes washing over you. But your skin then, although it is burning and it's turning black, the black is also crumbling off as ash from burnt toast crumbles off. And underneath is the most delicate rose red you have ever seen. Jormund is celebrating because he got a natural 20 on his dexterity.
Told you I had a natural
You
20.
did something.
Everybody, well, so far Nazaya has passed, Jormund has passed. Thorn, what did you get, May?
May got a 25.
So
on
you
her dex save.
passed, Thorn?
We're doing some waiting
We're
here.
doing some waiting. Okay, all right, we're doing some waiting. I'm going to say you pass, unless you roll natural 1, in which case you just die.
It's very good.
Seems fair.
Oh, the pressure.
Oh, wow.
Not a natural 1. Yay!
you did it.
Okay. Yes, so as you are, even if you manage to pass, you're still blasted with this light. As you start to look back, Ixtech is standing there, but now has no hair, just this spiral horns arcing back. This red skin, and these golden yellow eyes without pupils, and a long curled tail ending in a rather curious shaped barbed flange.
You naked?
All the time?
I thought you were here to slay the devils, not make more. And that
Look,
was
this
not
is new
what
to
the
us as well.
reliquary was designed to do. It was designed to destroy demons.
I don't know what has happened. Ixtech, you're looking very
Red.
different.
I was gonna say red.
I was going to say Oni.
Oni. Orny? Horny.
With the uns.
Ah, right, yeah.
Protection from evil.
How are you feeling? Are you okay? Would you like some wine?
Exit turns around.
Oh.
I think I would like some wine, yes.
Okay, you're a bit scary, so I will hold it very far away from me. Shh, you are.
Mate,
Don't
make sure they are not making a deal with you for the wine.
No, just don't eat me, and you can have the wine, huh? It's fine.
Now you made a deal out of it.
No, it's not dear.
I'll take that. Exeter just slowly walks down the sort of little shaky new legs, kind of.
Yes.
Do they have trotters?
Dark black hooves.
Oh my god, it's the best thing.
Yeoman says the maybe obvious thing. I don't know. Ixtech, is that you? Or are you
Yes
some
and
other manner of creature?
No. Let's say yes, for simplicity's sake.
Oh,
Stand aside. I shall dispatch this devil, says
now,
Oleanthus with
moment.
his sword. We are here to defeat the devils and the demons.
Well,
That
this
is
a baby
clearly a devil.
This would not be honorable.
In what way?
It's tiny and new.
That just means it is easier to kill.
You don't get the thing about honor, do you?
It is a devil.
Now, let's take a moment here, shall we?
We were
still have some vested interest in seeing these four get out of here alive. We still came here together, and I'm going to see this through.
As a babe, it still seeks to make deals.
No deals. Just loyalty, perhaps.
Zariel, I command that we immediately dispatch this thing. It is newly forged and is already spouting insidious sentences of allegiance and loyalty. It had none before it was a devil. Why should it have some now?
He has a point.
Because it is trying to help us. Because it is easy to kill, as you say, because it is new. Because if it helps us, then it furthers your goal. Because if it fails, then you can still dispatch it, as you say, because it is so easy to kill. What is the hurry? You live for 1,000 years.
Unless, of course, you, my mighty winged angel, are afraid of such a creature.
A baby devil just turned so tiny, so fresh, so small.
Jormund, your psychology is perfect. You watch as his wings positively bristle at the mere suggestion that he might be afraid of this new devil. Zariel raises her hand. This is pointless. Deeds are all that count. You say you wish to see these four restored to the prime material plane. How would you assist?
Sure, I can find some way. An entire world just opened up in front of me. I'm sure I can find some way.
Then let this be the test. Pure of heart, those who have proven loyal, and you, she says, looking at you, Ixtec, complete our original plan, and let us see. Are we in agreement?
Yeah, okay.
I'll make no deals with you, Angel. I'll simply continue doing what I wish to do. And as it is as right now, that coincides with your goals. I'll just wait outside, shall I? Click, 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 click.
I am stuck.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday?
Yes, thank you.
Hey,
welcome.
Hey, mate.
Wait.
They will grow wings?
Why is everybody saying the Iztec is different now?
Because all of her
He's
flesh
far more
came out,
trustworthy.
now she has horns and little oofy woofies
Yeah.
and a big tail that looks very stabby.
Yeah, but why has that made her different?
Because she looks different on the outside.
Yeah, but I didn't used to look like this.
Well, I never knew you before, but
Yeah.
I think you're a very handsome tree.
Yeah, I was
What
about
did
the
you
same.
used to look like before?
What?
What did you used to look like? I always thought you
Well-
were just this.
No, more like a tree.
Leafy, less burning.
Yeah.
Like just a trunk with leaves and stuff? Like you would an actual tree?
Well, no, not like that. It was closer to that than this, though.
You have a mission.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes, of course. Well, let us make our way to the summit of this mountain. There I will summon Damnifer, and we shall cast him into... Well, I mean, not the lava, obviously, we've discussed that, but cast him into his own demise.
You know, I can't have feeling I've agreed to kill a lot of people while I was here. And I've not been paid once.
You know what? To be perfectly frank, I feel like as though I've somehow rescinded myself from being a noble warrior to being a paid assassin for infernals, for celestials, for whatever.
You know what? Don't knock it till you tried it. The money is good.
Yeah.
Look, the sooner we are done with this matter, the better I will feel. All right.
You make your way out, leaving Elianthus to just raise his hands and sigh in Zariel's presence. Do you join them, X-Tech, as you see everybody leaving?
I feel like there's a lot of questions to ask about what I can actually do now.
We will get to that in due course, yes.
Yes. I'm gonna say that for now, I'm just gonna, stick to my usual character sheet.
Yes, for now, do so, yes.
Yes. X-Tech's waiting outside.
Okay. You're going to join the group as they head up?
Yeah.
Anybody else doing anything?
Yes.
I like your
on the way up.
Thank you. I like them too.
On the way up?
On the way up, Yormund will pull Nazaya aside for a moment. Nazaya. I mean, I'm a little gentler. Listen, whatever happens, your sister, your cousin, has agreed for you to return to the mortal plane. I need to ask a small favor of you, if you would do me one. Yormund reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out what appears to be a kind of a burnt locket of some kind. Like it's just this chain with a very small silver attachment to it. He hands it to Nazaya. He says, "This belonged to someone very dear to me. The place that I grew up in, Haven's Hill, my family has an estate there. Something happened to someone very dear to me, a member of my family. If things go wrong here and whatever happens, my soul gets rent apart by demons, I'm infernalized, or I get blasted by celestial energy, whatever. When you return to the material plane, would you return this to my family and tell them that no matter what people said, she was with honor to the end?"
I swear, I will, yes.
Yeoman will pass it across and he'll sort of straighten up.
You heard all of that, May.
Okay, that's fine. That seemed harmless enough.
Let's make a deal. No.
Don't have to kill him yet.
You get to the mount of Avernus. What do you do? Lightning crashes around you. There is a darkened atmosphere. X-Tech, you can almost, you think, if you focus. What are you thinking about right now, Thorn, as you approach this statue of Reft?
Well, honestly, I think Thorn's probably thinking about summoning some more giant goats.
So, yes, X-Tech, as you are looking at the back of Thorn, you get the impression that he wants goats.
That's what I did about you.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of, Thorn really likes goats, so...
It isn't a huge leap.
It isn't. It isn't a huge leap. It definitely it isn't a huge leap. Yep. So that's what you're starting to sense. You're also becoming aware that the atmosphere is no longer as dry and insufferable as it was before. It didn't really affect you too much, but now it seems almost pleasant in a way.
Like home.
Yeah, and the colours of the rocks, you're starting to see that there is true beauty here in the different tones of iron and blood red and darker shades of burnt umber and the like. It's quite spectacular in a way. That's what you're starting to sense. Where are you guys heading? To the central space in front of the Statue of Reft?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to move you guys across there quickly. And then?
So,
Yormund will say in a very loud and clear voice, all right, you shifty bastard, I know you can hear us.
Plan.
A plan?
Mind blown! You want a plan?
Nazaya, you are aware that this individual has been quite literally present everywhere we've been, anywhere we've been, and aware of our motions since arriving here.
Then let's make a plan, and we're not going to follow it anyways. But it's going to confuse him.
So you're saying that we agree to make a plan that we are immediately going to not follow, so that he can hear that plan that you've just made about making a plan that we're not going to follow, so that he might get confused.
May?
May realizes that this is becoming a circular argument, so she sort of yawns, walks over to the statue of this god,
Yes,
actually her god, and investigates.
all right, you're going to investigate the statue. Thorn, what are you doing while this is happening? As the party scatters to the four winds. Really
I think
do need
Thorn-
some goats.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna look around and see what everyone else is doing, and then just start staring at my fingers and playing a little game.
All right. Nazaya, you and Jormund going to continue with your not plan?
Ixtec,
Behold, the plan.
Hey, it's working so far, right?
Great. Go ahead.
I will repeat what I said. Slightly louder.
Ixtec's just gonna go.
What was...
Wait,
By the
hold on a
way-
minute. Weren't you gonna use that thing? That
Oh, I
squishy...
can. I just presume that he is going to be within earshot, so he knows that we're here. He knows that we are seeking him out. He's heard the conversation that we've had. He's ready to emerge to unveil an evil plot or a deal that he wishes to cut, or some other such nonsense.
Ixtec?
Yeah.
Ixtec's gonna go off and hide. They don't really want to reveal this change to Damnifer just yet, and they're going to sort of go off and stand in the shade of this horrifying flesh bone monstrosity, and just sort of try to see if they can sense, like, is there other demons, their former master perhaps, or Damnifer, like if they can be attuned.
Okay, you start trying to attune to Avernus.
Yes.
Absolutely. Not a problem with that. Jormund, you are going to do what exactly now?
Try and summon Damnifer.
By just saying Damnifer?
Yes.
Ixtec, you hear Jormund say Damnifer. I summon thee.
I say it 3 times. Just,
All right. As he
Damnifer.
As he says it, the first time you hear him say it, and then you feel him say it. And then he says it a second time, and now it sounds like he's shouting right next to your ear. And the third time he says it, it is as if the bells of Notre Dame themselves were ringing out across all of the universe. Damnifer! Almost instantly, Damnifer appears in front of you. Well, I thought you'd never ask. How are we all doing? bit preemptive on what you did there with Oleanthus. I assume he's not yet dead. But that's okay. We have plenty of time.
You presume correctly. When we arrived, we saw you speaking with the angel.
Yes.
Pray tell, what was your intention with that?
Sadly, I was trying to offer him a deal. Seems he has a sword that he doesn't want to use anymore, and I was offering him a safe place and where to stick it. Sadly, he declined my very tempting offer. I have
slapping you in the face.
Yes, he was rather violent for an angel. But then again, it takes all sorts. They'll let anyone into the club these days. Now, I have spoken to the powers that be, and should you bring me the head of Oleanthus, I will be able to grant you a weapon which will allow you to obliterate the forms of those that you strike down. So do we have a deal, Jormund?
The reason for said weapon was we require one in order to stop Oleanthus.
That's correct.
Hardly seems sporting to go up against such a creature with mere metal from the mortal realm.
Point taken. The problem is I can't give you the weapon whilst you're here. I have to give it to you on the prime material plane. So, if you want a weapon of ultimate destruction, you're going to have to work for it.
Or, alternatively, you could take us to the prime material plane.
Not without Oleanthus' head, I'm afraid. That is part of the deal.
Damn it, worth a shot. Now we're here. See ya! Just run. Okay. Alright. Now, I jumped the gun last time. Player-wise, player talk. I jumped the gun last time. I am going to offer this to the group. I will take anyone's lead on what to do in this scenario, and I'm happy to do so.
All right, May has her hand raised.
I'm going to stab him in the face.
In his pretty face.
You're just going to stab him.
He is looking the other way, so I'm going to stab him in the butt. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Stab. Let me do that for you right now.
1, 2, 3, stab. There we go.
It's as easy as
It
1, 2, 3,
was not
stab.
great.
You won?
That's not great. Let
What?
me check the pictures I have here.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Our impartial judge on the scene seems to be in disagreement.
Why?
No, it was bad.
So
Why
7.
does someone ring
plus
my
8.
doorbell at 10:30 in the evening?
Because Damnifer was summoned 3 times.
Oui,
That's it.
c'est vrai.
Don't answer the door.
15 to attack.
Don't answer it.
15 to hit.
Oui.
I'm afraid that is just a hit.
Quoi?
It's a
You
hit.
hit.
You hit.
Quoi?
You hit.
You hit.
You stabbed.
Incroyable.
It's just a hit.
I stab him in the bum.
Make your attack. Do your damage.
Resurrection powers.
It's demonic bum.
Do your damage as you stab him in his lower kidney.
I will do that. Let me get a lot of D6s. Okay, help me count. You have to help me now.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's a lot of stabbing that's going to
Yeah.
happen, and I don't have fancy crowns to help me.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
I will record the numbers.
You do the writing, I will do the rolling, and then we will all enjoy the stabbing. It's going to be beautiful.
Sure. Yep.
D'accord. I have automatically a critical success because I am an assassin and I've done some assassination of the bum.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So, what that means is, this is how I always do my math, in case you wonder. This is how it always goes.
French.
Always in French. Always with bum stabbing. Oh no, I killed Keora. I killed him. He's dead now.
I'm fine.
Sorry.
He's fine.
Okay, I can do
He's
this.
back.
Sorry. This is why people need VTTs. D'accord. I do 1d8
5.
plus 3d6. Oh, sorry, plus 5 is 10.
Uh-huh.
And then for critical, I'm rolling that twice. So, 4
Right.
plus another 5 is 9.
Yep.
Plus 3d6.
Why are you adding the damage?
Because it's sneak attack damage. And it's a critical.
Oui, but you just double the dice, not the modifier on top of that.
Okay, pardon? Minus 5.
Maui.
5 and so.
All right, Mary.
18.
Oui.
Yep.
5 and so.
Oh.
C'est vrai. So.
I feel like this joint effort is kind of failing.
Yeah.
So
Could just roll for you.
Yeah.
Like, how many dice do you want?
28. 28 damage.
28 damage. There we go.
I launch at his bum. I go. Bonazaya!
You actually.
I go
For
back.
Zaya, you cry out. Okay.
Back here. Back there. Away. I'm gone.
I am going to roll initiative here.
I took the initiative.
Wait, so you, in the middle of
That
the
was a
conversation,
surprise!
you lunge forward, stab him in the butt, and then
That is what I do.
That's pretty
If
much.
I could, I would be behind the
He's
statue.
a rogue.
That's
it's
pretty
kind of
much
what
what
she
happens.
does.
He
But I didn't
cries out in pain. Ixtec, you're up next.
Oh, fun.
What? I had to.
Exec's going to sort of in their head or very quietly out loud whisper Fox, sort of their patron's name,
All right.
and ask, do you mind if I help dispatching this one, or should I stand this one out? I'm not sure I want to get involved in politics this early.
You will have to learn one way or another. Choose your allies wisely.
Oh, I think I'm way beyond that. I think that ship sailed a long time ago, my friend. No, X6's gonna step out and gonna start launching some Bazappa bolts.
Bazappa bolts. You launch
Bazappa bolts.
Bazappa bolts, okay? Make your attack against poor old Damnifer.
Oh, poor Damnifer.
Poor Damnifer.
I'm so sorry for him.
It hits. Clips him across the back of the shoulders. Ow!
So that's oh, I have to do a separate attack roll for each of them. So I'm just gonna wait. No, that's not the damage. That's damage. Damage. So that's
Smacks him sideways.
no, that's the wrong die again. I'm not awake today.
That's another hit. Ow! Stop that!
No.
That's a lot of damage.
it's a lot.
How you throwing out 2 of these? You're done, right?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
me done.
Okay. Thorn.
Sorry, guy. Thorn's gonna summon 4 giant goats.
Actually, I think I have to be here for it to be in range.
Come to me, my children.
Okay.
That was for good.
That was 4. Yeah.
Distinctly different goats.
Yes. The other ones are sick and tired of you by now. They're not coming.
There's actually a committee that's been formed.
Oh no!
It's been run by.
They're unionizing!
Yeah, well,
You guys have
absolutely.
unionized against the Druids.
How many do you summon?
4.
And this is why D&D combat takes 4 days.
I know. I'm sorry.
Can I play your goats?
Because
Yeah, you.
druids.
I will play.
See, this is why I considered and did not take summon lesser demons.
Yes.
Well, you should.
Suddenly, goat butt
Yeah.
in front of the Zaya.
Goat everywhere. Do they get to,
Oh, it's a girl!
do they get to attack on the turn they summoned? Or do they act on your initiative?
I think they should act on my initiative.
All right.
Yeah.
So then they don't get to act now. Jormund?
Yormund will unfurl his spiked chain But I'm going to ask the GM what I would like to do is I would like to use that chain to, instead of attacking, I want to try and create a taut lash that basically wraps around him and basically instigates a grapple with the chain.
Okay. Let's see if you can hit him.
Okay. For this, I'm using my guided strike ability.
Okay.
Give me a +10 bonus.
To hit.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm done missing.
You didn't need to say that last sentence.
I know, I didn't.
Probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Do I have advantage because Thorn's there?
No.
Damn. Okay. Yaw!
You did it! You did it!
You hit something!
Yay!
All right, you wrap the chain around him. Give me a dexterity saving throw, if you please.
That was a good crit.
Actually, not a dexterity saving throw. Sorry, give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. Another good roll.
Wow.
Whoa, you've been sticking them.
You flick your wrist in such a way that the chain wraps around and locks itself around his waist. He is effectively held in place.
Coolios. All right. So that was my bonus action to improve, my attack action, and I want to just step to here.
All right, not a problem. Mademoiselle La Rouge.
I'll stop being a goat, sorry.
Yeah.
Does one really have the choice?
Well, I mean, I find it interesting that as Mademoiselle La Rouge, who is a tiefling, I never played the horns, but as a goat, I was all up in that.
You're just all in the horns, yeah.
All about them horns. Mademoiselle La Rouge is pulling no punches. She, these goats are very big.
They are very big.
I can go underneath them.
No.
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 Can I climb up the side of them?
No. They're
Not even with my spider shoes?
You can climb them, sure. Whether they will be happy with you climbing them is a different story.
Mount the
Yeah,
goat.
I'll be very happy.
D'accord.
These are giant
Okay.
goats that respond to your command to attack.
No,
No. No.
no.
No.
They are friendly to everybody.
They're friendly to everybody.
Yes.
Just in general.
It specifically says the summoned creatures are friendly to you and all your companions.
Oh, I stand
not
corrected.
everybody then.
You may
They are
mount.
allied goats.
Otherwise, like, are they not going to attack Damnifer? Are they his friends?
You may mount with impunity.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going over this goat. Mademoiselle La Rouge drops down from the goat. Casts Blinding Smite as a bonus action
Okay.
and stabs Damnifer in his bum again.
Make your attack.
Again?
Making things.
20.
Where is that?
Now, but
It's got underneath the laptop.
She's talking in tongues.
Okay,
That's a hit.
that's probably a hit. 19.
That's a hit.
At least.
Do your
Then I'm
damage.
going to do some damage. I do. I have allies within 5 feet. I do. So I
do.
do sneak attack and then an extra 3d8 radiant damage. So, one of these. +4. Plus 3d6. 5, 3. That's 13. What's 5 plus 13? 18. Plus 3d8 radiant damage. He's susceptible to radiant damage, right?
He's not immune to it.
Then his butt is on fire. 1, 6, 4. No, that's an 8.
That's an 8.
Boom.
Yes.
So that's 1, 6, 4, 8. That's 15 plus 18. Math is hard, so that's 30 with an extra 3. 33 damage and his bum is on fire.
80.
Wait, does it say They must make a successful Constitution saving throw, or they are blinded.
Oh,
Boom.
that's useful information.
But blinded.
So additionally, the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends. Lasts for minutes.
That is not a successful Constitution saving throw.
That's a natural
He's
one for Damnifer.
This is nothing.
He is blinded.
And he is
Oh my-
blind.
All right.
Madame LaRouche climbs back up the goat and is staying here.
All right.
On the goat.
We didn't need anyone else.
Nazaya? Damnifer
Nazaya.
is bleeding, he's cowering, he's screaming and shouting. What you doing?
Yes. I'm moving around here thanks to the very nice speed a monk has
Yes.
at level 7. She did this for a moment, looks at May, who's certainly a lot better at killing people, obviously. And then,
I have been holding back, huh?
yes, just starts in with a basic form of a few quick hits with her monk weapon.
Make your attack.
Yes, and I have advantage because he's blinded.
And Michael wants to say something?
Is Nazaya supposed to be grappled, or is Damnifer?
No, that was my mistake. I wanted to look up what grappled is.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh,
Automatically gave me.
gave you a grappled status. We've removed it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, fantasy grounds.
Badoom. Oh, that's both not
Ooh.
a hit. Then second one, he's still blinded.
Yes.
I'm feeling a little bit bad about this, but anyways.
You hit him.
You
probably shouldn't.
9 points of damage. Ah!
Then-
He drops to one knee, chain around his waist.
Then I use one key point and my bonus action to do 2 more attacks, one with my weapon and one with bare hands. Oh, yeah, I forgot that this one should have advantage too, but it's a hit anyway.
It's a hit anyway.
And also my hands are magic weapons. too.
Yes, which is perfect.
Very useful.
And last one. It's
Well,
just
wait,
basically swing, stab, hit.
Blood is pouring out of the side of his mouth. His nose is broken. He's on his hands and knees. This is how you repay me.
For what?
Fine, he says. And he says, "Bar's egg." That's all he says. And then he erupts in flame. Everybody, so the goats, May, Thorn, Nazaya, and Jormund, you all need to give me dexterity saving throws, please.
Yay, I'm a ranged
Does it look
caster.
like he's about to like explode?
No, he's just basically erupting flame in all directions around him.
Oh, I'm resistant.
Don't forget your +3s.
Nazaya's fine, you pass.
Damn it.
Jormund fails, Thorn
Oh,
fails. May?
15.
15. 15 is enough, you pass. Your goats. I will quickly check on your goats.
I don't have the stats.
That's all right, I got them here. Got them here. The goats, it's a dexterity save. Goat number 1 passes. Goat number 2 passes. Goat number 3 fails. Goat number 4 fails.
Which goat am I on?
That's it.
Goat number 1 that passed.
Yay!
The highly proficient goat.
To be fair, fighting from the back of a burning goat is probably some kind of intimidate factor.
There could be an intimidation factor, yes.
Do the goats get +3 too?
Yes, but the 2 that failed, even with a +3, wouldn't help. So all of those that you failed, you take 37 points of fire damage
That's
as
a lot
it
of damage.
erupts and burns across you. I believe your 2 goats explode.
Wow!
Yep.
They're just ash
Yeah.
as that blows up around them.
Again.
You're down. I know, wounded. Okay. So as of you that passed, you take half that damage. So you take 15, 16. What's half of 36? Brain flat. 15 plus 3 is 18 damage. Yes. May.
Does Uncanny Dodge leave me with half of that?
Doesn't Uncanny Dodge say if you pass your saving throw and you can take half or nothing, you just take nothing? You don't have it open in front of you. We'll look it up. Nazaya?
Desire doesn't have Uncanny Dodge, but at level 7, she has something called Evasion. So if
maybe
there's
that's
a
what I'm thinking
dexterity
about.
saving throw, I take no damage if I pass it.
Okay, so that's Evasion. Your Uncanny Dodge.
I think I also have Evasion as a rogue.
Oh, you do?
But I will check.
Well, Evasion means you wouldn't take any damage either. Okay. So that's fine. We'll assume that that's the case. So that's what he does. And as he finishes exploding, there is a swirl of fire. And this very large, very fiery beast suddenly appears. And riding on top of it is this demon, which you recognize instantly, Thorn, as the one who burnt your grove and everybody in it. He looks around. Someone called me.
Oh no. I think we made a terrible mistake.
That's what Damnifer does. He then drops to his knees and says, I surrender. I'm unarmed. That's what he's saying. We'll be back next week as this battle concludes. Perhaps. Or not. Join us for the Afterlife show on twitch.tv/greatgm, where we unpack this week's episode, chatting with the wonderful players and yourselves about what unfurled today. Big thank you to my sponsors. I realized I forgot to thank the sponsors in the opening of the show. So we love you. We really, 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 really love you. We've been seeing them throughout the show. World Anvil, worldanvil.com, of course, our world aggregator of choice, keeping everything in place and inspiring us to create better worlds. Thank you, World Anvil. Dungeon Fog, provider of all the maps that we've been using in today's show. All of these pretty lava-filled maps. They've just released a new expansion, which I'm excited about. So go and check that out. And, of course, Fantasy Grounds, providing us with all these wonderful rolls and giant goats. Leather Layer for providing me with this great leather jacket. Thanks to you guys. And of course, Dungeons & Dragons for making this entire thing possible. So from myself, I thank all of my wonderful players and all of you for watching the show. And until next time, of course, well, I wish you happy gaming.
Oh my God.